Four news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, on Tuesday, Ethiopian and Eritrean diaspora organizations are planning a major rally in New Jersey, the US. Why is this rally being taken out? It's going to be taken out in New Jersey. Secondly, PM Abiy's government seems to be in need of money. Economy is under pressure, inflation on the rise, unemployment on the rise. He is in talks with some institutions, some governments, but so far he hasn't been able to secure financial assistance or loans from the countries or international institutions. Why is that? Thirdly, we have an update on Tigray Afar fighting. What's the latest on this fighting? Is TDF still in Afar? Which waradas of Afar are under TDF now? And lastly, a video clip from Ukraine. People of color are still suffering in Ukraine. No respite in their suffering. They are being blocked. They are not being given equal treatment when it comes to crossing into neighboring countries from Ukraine. A video clip for you. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian and Eritrean diaspora organizations are planning a major rally in New Jersey. The rally will be taken out on Tuesday. So far, flyers are being distributed. Social media campaign has been launched to ensure that a large number of people attend this rally. The rally is against HR 6600, the bill which was passed by American Foreign Affairs Committee, which is going to be tabled at the US House of Representatives in coming days. If this bill is passed at the US House, it could lead to strict sanctions on Ethiopian and perhaps on Eritrean government as well. Why is this rally being taken out in New Jersey? Because earlier rallies, most of them were taken out in front of Home Department, US State Department. Why is this rally being taken out in New Jersey? Because one of the lawmakers who played a key role in the tabling of HR 6600 is from New Jersey. His name is Tom Malinowski. Tom Malinowski was the main person behind HR 6600 when it was passed at Foreign Affairs Committee. He is from New Jersey, and a rally will be held in front of his office. Three diaspora organizations are planning this rally: US Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee, Eritrean American National Affairs Committee, Washington DC Task Force, and some others. They are planning this major rally, and Aklilo Tafase is the person who is organizing it. Interestingly, now Ethiopian diaspora is not using the word no more. They took out several no more rallies when Tigray Defense Force was in Amhara, Afar, threatening to reach Addis Ababa. Now, they're not using this word no more. They're not using no more slogan now because they don't want to harm the improving US-Ethiopia relations. At the same time, they want to put pressure upon US lawmakers to stop them from passing this bill at US House of Representatives. If this bill is passed, it could lead to serious restrictions, serious sanctions. Trade, security assistance to Ethiopia will be stopped. Visa restrictions, travel bans, the countries arming Ethiopia will be sanctioned, and Ethiopian diaspora members who invest in Ethiopia or who contribute to projects in Ethiopia, they could also be put under sanctions. That is why this bill is being seen as serious attempt to cripple Ethiopian government and Eritrean government too. So pressure is being built. We'll update you on Tuesday about this rally to be taken out in New Jersey. Secondly, viewers, PM Abiy's government is under pressure. The government is in need of money. Economy is under stress. In the previous video, I told you about rising oil prices. Edible oil prices are extremely high, almost impossible for average income families to buy cooking oil now. Internationally, Ethiopia exports oily seeds, but in Ethiopia, the price of oil, edible oil, is that it is costing around 1,000 Ethiopian birds for a 5-liter packet. It's too much. PM Abiy's government is in need of money, viewers. He held some talks with international financial institutions, but so far no loan has been given to the government. He traveled to the UAE as well on a visit, and reportedly one of the items on the agenda was to secure financial assistance loans from the UAE. So far, we have not seen any positive gesture from international monetary institutions or some other countries. The Ethiopian government is under pressure. It needs money. Thirdly, was Tigray Afar border fighting. What is the latest on this fighting? TDF was in 5 waredas of Afar, Abala, Magale, Rabati, Birhale, and Kannaba. What is the latest? What we have learned just a few hours ago from our some reliable sources. They say that TDF is still in Abala. Abala is under TDF. In fact, TDF is rehabilitating those Tigrayans who were displaced from Abala. Thousands entered Tigray from Abala after a far attack on Abala a few weeks ago. Now, the Tigrayan families who were displaced from Abala into Tigray, they are being rehabilitated. They are being sent back to Abala. Secondly, Magale, TDF is there in Magale to Rabati. Thirdly, no confirmation that TDF, Tigray Defense Force, is in Rabati. Secondly, Kannaba and Birhale. Here, fighting was going on near these places and in these two towns. The two towns had become sort of buffer zone between Tigray Defense Force and Afar fighters. Afar fighters were trying to enter Kannaba and Birhale, and almost all civilians, large number of civilians, they have been displaced from Kannaba and Birhale. Both towns are deserted towns now, what we have learned, because civilians have been displaced and they have become sort of buffer zone where fighting is going on in the outskirts of these two places. Reportedly, Tigray forces are back in Birhale and Kannaba. Afar fighters are on the outskirts of these two towns. Tigray forces are back in these two places. So we can say TDF is not withdrawing. TDF is still there. At least in 5 waredas, TDF has its deployments. It has withdrawn only from Rabati. TDF has no plans to advance towards Eritrea border, towards Ethiopia-Djibouti road. We have not seen any advance. So far, TDF is consolidating its control of 4 places: Abala, Magale, Birhale, and lastly, Kannaba. Lastly, viewers, the people of color in Ukraine were facing problems crossing into neighboring countries from Ukraine. We saw condemnation from international community, from UN human rights bodies, UN Refugee Agency. We saw a statement from Ukrainian Foreign Minister Kuleba as well. He had said that all citizens, all people in Ukraine must be given equal opportunity when it comes to crossing into neighboring countries. situation is not improving. Several videos are being shared, new videos, not old ones, which show that people of color, black people, Africans, they are facing problems in Ukraine. They're finding it difficult to cross into neighboring countries. And why is that Africa is silent? I mean, we have seen just a few statements, one from African Union, one from South Africa. Why is that? African Union should convene a special emergency session. It should condemn what's happening there. African countries should approach the UN as well. When something happens in Africa, you see that special sessions are requested of UN Security Council, of Human Rights Council. Now, when Africans are suffering in Ukraine, African countries, they are not speaking as loudly as they should. They should own their students, their citizens who are trapped in Ukraine. And emergency sessions should be held of African Union and Human Rights Body, UN Security Council. They must also be approached to tackle this problem, because if they remain trapped there, you see what's happening there. Thousands have been killed in the ongoing war so far. So it's the responsibility of African countries first, then of other international bodies. They must raise their voice in unison for these Africans trapped in Ukraine. Thank you for watching. Watch this video clip showing the plight of people of color in Ukraine. Thank you for watching.
Are still here in Sumi. So please, who are they evacuating?
We don't know. Please, the incidents of this morning to Ethiopia.
It's not just Western Africans, we're Southern Africans, we're all here stuck. Nobody's government has done anything for us. We've all just been here. No one's come in to do anything. No one's created a humanitarian corridor. If people are leaving, they're leaving on their own, by their own devices, by things they could do. Yes. Things that they provided, their own money. There's people that have spent their lives trying to find money from anywhere just to get out of the city, only for them to be sent back.
Exactly.
Only for them to be sent back by Ukrainian soldiers, by Russian soldiers.